stories you love, the hottest topics happening now. There's only one place to find it all.
You guys are having the hard conversations. I love The View.
And that's why the most watched #1 daytime talk show is ABC's The View.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. Look at live HD right now. It's mainly light rain across the area. Anticlimactic before the climactic, all right? This is what I'm talking about. Ice storm warning, all this area here. Lexington, Paris, Richmond, Frankfurt, all a part of it. The area in the pink, a winter storm warning. Same time frame. What's the difference? Likelihood of greater ice accumulation. I'll break that down more so coming up. All right, our temperatures, not too bad. They're on the way down, though, as we get into the better part of the day tomorrow. You see, we're in the 40s right now. Tomorrow, we're going to see them drop in the afternoon. I'll show you where we're headed in your main forecast just ahead.
Now at 11, power outages and treacherous travel. A real threat from this massive storm. What you need to know to stay safe.
Tow truck drivers expect to be busy once the rain starts freezing, coating everything in ice. Even they have to be careful or they'll end up needing a tow.
And it wasn't easy, but the basketball Cats hold off Vanderbilt. We'll show you how they did it.
ABC 36 News at 11 starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome in. I'm Tom Kenny.
And I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. In our top story at 11, a winter weather alert. Kentucky under a state of emergency as the state braces for a dangerous winter storm, bringing with it a chance for freezing rain, ice, and snow.
And then, oh, by the way, some of the coldest air that we've had so far this winter as we get into your weekend. Governor Andy Beshear declared that state of emergency this morning. The governor says this storm could create treacherous road conditions. The state transportation cabinet asking everybody to give snowplows and other crews plenty of room if you do have to be out on the road. The state is asking people, though, to limit travel. Meantime, the governor says this storm is going to produce some ice that could lead to widespread power outages in affected areas. And the governor says those outages could be widespread.
We are looking at an ice storm that may make travel difficult to impossible at some times in various regions of our state. And the amount of potential ice accumulation could potentially result in the loss of power for a large number of Kentuckians.
According to Governor Beshear, the State Emergency Operations Center has been activated and the Kentucky National Guard is on standby for emergency situations. The governor says state office buildings will be closed tomorrow to help keep thousands of those state workers off the roads. The governor also issuing an executive order to protect people from price gouging at gas stations and stores. There's a lot to track with regards to that weather. We want to check back in now with Chief Meteorologist Jeff Andrews for the latest.
On the Bluegrass Care Navigator Skyview Network cam. It's from our tower. It's been wet majority of the day today. You see where the temperatures are going with the rain. All right, nothing dramatic tonight. You want to get on and get some stuff done tomorrow. As far as, I'm not advocating, spending time in the stores. That's going to be pretty crazy. But as far as the roads, other than them being wet, it shouldn't be all that bad. All right, an ice storm warning. All right, here's the area encompassed in that. It's more so towards the west, but it includes Lexington, Richmond, Paris, and Frankfurt. The ice accumulation potential, a quarter. There's some spots. There's a pocket. In fact, Lexington is pretty much adjacent to it where there could be 3/4 of an inch of ice accumulation. The winter storm warning, that is more so off to the east. There's not really much separation between the two. It's splitting hairs, really. I think the ice potential is a little less in this area, but that could change too where that line is drawn right now. All right, let's break it down a little bit. Timing-wise, rain tomorrow into the afternoon, the transition north to south in the afternoon, 2 to 8 p.m. I'd avoid that afternoon commute tomorrow. I'll dig into that deeper in your main forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Because of that winter weather, there's a long list of closings and delays already, and that list continues to grow. I want to show you a live look now of our ABC 36 Snow Watch page. The University of Kentucky has canceled in-person classes for tomorrow, and Fayette County Public Schools doing the same. The district says tomorrow will be an NTI weather day for students. You can see dozens of other school districts have also canceled in-person classes because of the weather. Now, there's a lot of events canceled, businesses closing early, all because of the storm. Remember, you can always find the latest closings and delays right here on our website, WTVQ.com. Just click on the weather tab and snow watch.
With that storm closing in, tow truck companies, they're gearing up for what they expect to be really busy days ahead. ABC 36's Maddie McQueen went along with a tow truck driver to talk about what they're expecting.
Winter weather and icy roads create a lot of work for towing companies like Roberts Towing. Tow truck driver Michael Blackburn says on days with bad weather, it's all hands on deck, and shifts can go from 6 a.m. until 2 in the morning.
With rush hour, it could be a couple hundred calls easily. Now, if it's like middle of the night, it could be, 50 to 60 calls. It's all according, where it's at and time of day.
Driving the trucks on slick roads is no easy feat, and Blackburn says some of the tow trucks have even slid into ditches and needed to be pulled out.
You're kind of fighting the weather. Not only is the roads frozen, but our equipment also freezes up as well, such as our, controls and stuff like that. So with the roads being frozen, us trying to pull winch cables, it makes it a little bit more hazardous for us.
Blackburn says the most common calls the company gets during these storms are people getting stuck in the snow or wrecking by following too closely to the person in front of them.
It's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous job. We're kind of just looked over mainly. Nobody really pays attention. There's just so many distracted drivers out on these roads that they're too worried about their phones.
Above all, Blackburn says if you have to be out when the roads get dicey, to stay aware and slow down.
If you have to be out, if you do need groceries, get them now before the roads do get treacherous, so you don't have to be out tomorrow or Friday.
In Lexington, Maddie McQueen, ABC 36 News.
All right, thank you, Maddie. As temperatures fall, as they will over the next couple of days, the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning soars. Without power, many people turn to generators or other alternative heating sources to stay warm. The CDC says more than 400 Americans die each year from unintentional carbon monoxide poisonings. Remember, carbon monoxide is odorless and colorless, and breathing in a lot of it can cause a person to pass out or even die. During his news briefing this afternoon, Governor Beshear talked about it.
If we go back to the last big ice storm, well, before the last one while I was governor, but under Governor Steve Beshear, almost every one we lost was because they put the generator inside or not far enough from their homes.
The CDC says the most common symptoms are headache, weakness, upset stomach, vomiting, chest pain, and confusion. And if you start to feel any of these symptoms, get to fresh air immediately. To avoid risk, don't run a vehicle inside a garage attached to your house, even if you leave the door open. Also, don't burn anything in an unvented stove or fireplace. Don't heat your house with a gas oven, and don't use a generator, grill, camp stove, or other gasoline or charcoal burning device inside your home basement or garage. Also, make sure generators are 20 feet or more from windows, doors, and vents. So how do you stay warm safely? Well, wear layers, get extra blankets and sleeping bags. Also, avoid unnecessarily opening doors or windows and close off unneeded rooms. You can also stuff towels or rags in cracks under doors and keep the curtains shut or covered at night. You can find a full list of tips all on our website, WTVQ.com. Still ahead, the latest on coronavirus here in Kentucky.
And this winter storm that's on our doorstep that's going to bring us rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow, and then bitter cold air is not only hitting this part of the country, but much of it. We'll show you that.
The cold front, the changeover, it's along our doorstep here, the western border of Kentucky right now, along with Indiana, as it makes its way our direction. I'll show you when that's likely to happen in your rain forecast.
Admit it. These days, what you need to know
Seems to change just about every day.
What is it that you really want to know, need to know,
To help you not just get through your day,
but to make the most of it? Feel smarter.
feel better.
Feel happier.
Well, how about a third hour of Good Morning America in the afternoon?
GMA 3, what you need to know. Lunchtime at 1 Eastern, 12 Central and Pacific on ABC. It's all about you.
Is that true? Geico's been saving folks money for 85 years?
Yep, that's right.
Wait, so if Geico's 85, that makes you...
Are you asking if I'm 85 years old?
I mean, sea turtles live to be 150, so... No, I was not.
Do I look 85?
What? No! You look young. You look young for however old you are.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
You heard a screech outside at night, but you can't see what it is because there's not enough light. You need the Bionic Floodlight from Bell & Howell. The solar-powered, motion-activated, multi-directional floodlight. The versatile, wireless, safety, security, and outdoor lifestyle light you'll love. And right now, it's yours for just $29.99. And the shipping is free. Order now, and we'll send a second Bionic Floodlight. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-801-3552 or order online at bionicfloodlight.com.
They remind us of the wonder of living and the power of quiet moments. That put life into focus. The mountains are calling. Plan your next memory at gatlinburg.com.
In your Nation View, the weather is relative, and here's the latest example. We are far from alone in this approaching storm. More than 100 million people are under winter weather alerts right now. It really stretches from New England all the way to the Rockies in Colorado.
Daryl Forges is on the ground in snow-covered Detroit, but he has the latest from officials here in Kentucky and also in other states.
Throughout the day on Wednesday, we saw nothing but snow and heavy winds here in downtown Detroit. I want to get out the way and show you what we've been seeing all throughout the day today. You just see how much snow has accumulated on the ground. Forecasters predicted between 8 to 12 inches of snow here in Detroit, as well as for the surrounding areas. But right now, the biggest issue with the snow turning into ice, causing some treacherous road conditions. A wintry mess, turning roads into a dangerous place to be. Slick roads, snarling traffic, and sending vehicles sliding into ditches.
If everything holds to where it is right now, this is the real deal. It is dangerous.
A monstrous winter storm spanning hundreds of miles across the country is unleashing dangerous ice and snow accumulations and dropping some places into a deep freeze, threatening to paralyze parts of the Midwest and the South.
The amount of potential ice accumulation could potentially result in the loss of power for a large number of Kentuckians.
In Texas, where nearly 250 people died after an ice storm crippled the state's power grid last year, they've been preparing for days.
The last year, I think us all Texans are kind of scared.
No one can guarantee that there won't be a, quote, load shed event. But what we will work and strive to achieve and what we're prepared to achieve is that the power is going to stay on across the entire state.
Traveling will be impossible in some places, leading to the cancellation of thousands of flights. And FedEx says the storm could impact shipping and delivery services, saying in a statement, quote, contingency plans are in place and we will be prepared to provide the best possible service in areas affected by the winter storm and as local conditions allow. And not only did we see thousands of flights canceled on Wednesday, but we've already seen thousands more canceled for Thursday. Now, because of how bad the storm has been all across the Midwest, parts of the South, and the Northeast, state and local officials are urging people to hunker down for at least another day. In Detroit, I'm Daryl Forges.
In effect, as of tomorrow morning, an ice storm warning, all this area in the purple. See here, Lexington, Frankfurt, Paris, and also Richmond. You go further to the east, a winter storm warning. There's not really much to separate the two. Potential for greater ice accumulation in the area in the purple. Further south and east, it's a winter weather advisory. Also a flood watch in that area, reason being, with the whole movement north to south, northwest to southeast, likely more rainfall. It's going to be in the form of rain, the precipitation I'm referencing. Thus, the flooding potential is a little higher. Rain heavy at times yet tonight, tomorrow morning, early afternoon as well, probably middle afternoon as well. Transitioning to the freezing rain, it varies north to south into the dinner hour and perhaps even later for some locations, and also the possibility in between stuff there, the wintry mix, but it snows the end result. Of course, followed by the cold air, Arctic air, that's going to come into play as we get this system out of the way. All right, tomorrow morning you see it's rain. Temperatures vary. Okay, Lexington close to 40 at that point. The other end of the state 50. It's rain at that point. Noon hour shifts to the south and east. Lexington at that point, the noon hour, about 33. Richmond, it's still 40. Down at the border, Kentucky, Tennessee, 51. All right, towards the afternoon drive time, more people on the roadway. This is a time really I think you need to avoid. Late afternoon, probably mid-afternoon into the early evening, Lexington especially, as far as you go further south and east or a little bit later on. You see it's still in the 50s at that point in the afternoon hours. The roads are going to be worse later in the evening. It's just a matter of how many people are going to try to navigate them. All right, 10 o'clock tomorrow night, roughly this time tomorrow night, it's a wintry mix across the state except the far south and east where it's likely still in the form of rain at that point. Friday morning, still some lingering snow showers, maybe a little bit of freezing drizzle as well, too. All right, as far as the accumulations that we're talking about here, this particular area, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. This pocket, which includes Lexington, could see up to 3/4 of an inch of ice accumulation. Then it works its way down as you go south and to the east. Transition time. This is a lot to absorb, but once again, northwest to southeast. The far southeastern portion, it's going to be well after midnight before the potential transition to freezing rain at that point. All right, pulling it all together, a lot of rainfall expected, 2 to 3 inches. All right, 43, that's where we're going to max tomorrow. By the time we get to Friday morning, low 20s. Friday's max, about high of 29 only. That transition primarily in the evening Thursday night, tomorrow night, into the late night hours of Thursday night into Friday. By the time we get into the weekend, well, at least sunshine on Saturday, high of 32. We rebound to 40 on Sunday.
Explore, compare, and find your car at mancars.com.
Man, what a deal!
Dress up your holiday season with the experts at Kentucky Laser Hair Removal for beautifully smooth skin. Using the most advanced pain-free technology for permanent hair reduction. So ditch the razor, use the laser at Kentucky Laser Hair Removal.
I love getting my kids ready and driving them to school.
But a careless driver can change your life in an instant. And insurance companies want to settle on the cheap. Auto Accident Help Desk connects victims with powerful lawyers. They fight for you.
I called Auto Accident Help Desk and got help for my pain and suffering.
Don't let an insurance company take advantage of you. Our attorneys fight and beat big insurance every day. If you've been injured in an automobile accident in the last 6 months, you owe it to yourself to make this free call with no obligation.
When I called, they asked me a few questions and matched me with a powerful lawyer who knew how to fight for me.
Call now. We're available 24/7 to help you get the money you deserve for your pain and suffering.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
Auto Accident Help Desk helps accident victims like you every day.
Call 800-745-9564. 800-745-9564. 800-745-9564.
The deadly tornadoes that ripped through western and south central Kentucky destroyed homes, devastated communities, and unfortunately claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice in order to help. Please consider supporting the Team Western Kentucky Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is brought to you by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dress up your holiday season with the experts at Kentucky Laser Hair Removal for beautifully smooth skin. Using the most advanced pain-free technology for permanent hair reduction. So ditch the razor, use the laser at Kentucky Laser Hair Removal.
New tonight.
Central Texas is expected to be hit with a nasty mix of ice and snow. Any minute now, Ted Cruz should be departing to Cancun.
With Andy Cohen. Plus, Slash performs and joins Jimmy Kimmel Live. New tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 11.
Now an ABC 36 update. According to police, a suspect in last month's armed robbery at a speedway in Lexington has been arrested. Officers say 43-year-old Antonio Rutherford is now charged in connection to the January 6th robbery at the Speedway on Leestown Road.
The state Senate passed a sweeping measure that's aimed at reducing the state's high rate for child abuse and neglect. According to lawmakers, that bill would expand the use of services, working with families when children are considered at moderate risk of being removed from the home because of abuse or neglect. This measure so far has won bipartisan support. It now heads to the House.
Now, the latest on coronavirus. Across Kentucky, there were more than 7,000 new cases reported today. More than 2,000 of those new cases were children. The overall positivity rate is down slightly, coming in at 26.78%. According to the state, 21 more people have now died. Total number of COVID-19 related deaths approaching 13,000.
Judge executives from across Kentucky got together today in Lexington to talk about issues and opportunities in their communities, especially after the deadly tornadoes in western Kentucky, the terrible winter weather we've had so far, and the ongoing pandemic. ABC 36's Annie Brown went to the County Judge Executive Association Winter Conference and talked to Eastern and Central Kentucky county leaders about what's being done to try to improve economic development.
Kentucky has the second lowest workforce participation rate in the country, according to Agriculture Commissioner Dr. Ryan Quarles. It has county leaders looking to create economic development in their communities as the pandemic continues.
The biggest challenge would be facing Prairie County right now is is trying to keep our young people working, trying to create jobs and opportunities for them and keep them going.
Menifee County working on bringing job opportunities to the community, particularly remote work, as the county relies economically on tourism.
For me, that's the number one thing that can help to create economic development in Menifee County. Is the tourism industry. When you have the Cave Run Lake on one side and you have the Red River Gorge on the other, you have to work out ways to use those to your advantage.
Another issue still facing many Kentucky counties, broadband. In Harrison County, unemployment is the lowest it's been in years, and population size is growing, being close to Scott County, the fastest growing county in Kentucky. But quality broadband remains an issue in the area. The county says it plans to use some of its American Rescue Plan Act funding to expand and improve broadband.
Through the schools being shut down because of COVID is the need for rural broadband. Our county is listed as covered by broadband. However, a lot of areas are underserved. They're not, and a few are unserved.
Kentucky received $3.77 billion in ARPA funding, and some counties plan to use these dollars to continue economic development. In Lexington, Annie Brown, ABC 36 News.
Uh-oh, that food container won't contain your food, so you mess with cling wraps and foil, hoping food won't spoil. Well, not anymore. Now there's Stretch and Fresh Containers, the amazing food storage containers with stretch and fit lids that let you store more. Even the odd-shaped foods you couldn't put in containers before. Just stretch over the food and snap lock the lid to keep food fresh. There's even a freshness date dial to track storage time. It comes in the sizes you need to store all the foods you want with amazing storage capacity. It's freezer and microwave safe, and the containers nest for compact, stacked, space-saving storage. And right now, the 6-piece set is yours for just $19.95, and the shipping is free. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer and send a second set. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-379-8086 or go to trystretchandfresh.com. That's 1-800-379-8086 or order online at trystretchandfresh.com.
Attention seniors with Medicare. This is an important announcement. Did you know you may qualify for a monthly Social Security rebate? Did you know you may qualify for a $0 monthly premium? That's right. You may qualify to get $148 added back to your Social Security check each month. Just call the Medicare Benefits line to get your options. It's a free call. You may also qualify for $0 premiums, dental coverage, vision coverage, hearing coverage, and prescription drug coverage. With this type of plan, you don't need Medicare supplement insurance. Call now because you deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits, including a rebate to your Social Security check each month. Agents are standing by with free information regarding Medicare benefits. It's a free call with no obligation, but it could mean big savings for you. Call the Medicare benefits line now to see if you're eligible for a Social Security rebate.
Call 800-396-1509, 800-396-1509.
Kentucky Lottery's Cash Pop Draw game. One number wins it every 4 minutes. Choose your numbers from 1 to 15. The more numbers you play, the better your odds. The more you wager, the more you can win. Play Cash Pop. Maybe your lucky number will pop up.
The fifth-ranked Kentucky Wildcats completed a season sweep of the Vanderbilt Commodores, defeating them 77-70. This is the Cats' 12th straight win over the Dores and their 15th consecutive victory at Rupp Arena. It definitely wasn't Kentucky's best performance. UK was out-rebounded 38-30, and they allowed Scottie Pippen Jr. to score a game-high 33 points. However, a win's a win. Davion Mintz was incredible tonight. He came off the bench and scored a career-high 21 points, while Keon Brooks Jr. had another impressive performance, scoring 20 points, and then double-double machine Oscar Tshiebwe grabbed 17 boards and added 11 points. Mintz was the 6th UK player this season to have a 20-point game.
I mean, I can count 5 more guys on our team outside that can do it as well. Like I said, this team is very talented, and what goes into that is that unselfishness. I didn't know how much I had at the time, but after the game, Sabir came to me. He's like, bro, I kept passing it to you so you get fouled, like get the 20 ball. And I was like, man, appreciate that. Like, that's love. So, I mean, that's the type of team we have.
Kentucky will be back in action on Saturday to face Alabama in Tuscaloosa. That's all for sports tonight. I'm Sarah Cardona.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. Needs. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Relief. Dissolves quickly, instantly ready to start working. So you can bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Now available for fast sinus relief.
If you're hungry and you want a great deal, the Super Slam is your perfect meal. It's pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon, and hash browns. It's enough breakfast for dinner, and it's as good as it sounds. See you at Denny's.
Safe Auto.
Some things aren't worth putting off, like your car insurance. Good thing we're here to remind you.
This portion of ABC 36 News is brought to you in part by Sayre Christian Village, Hope, Housing, Healthcare.
The ice storm's on the way, then we get the snow, and then bitter cold temperatures. And as a result, health officials are reminding everybody prolonged exposure to really cold weather like we're about to experience is potentially dangerous, could turn into a medical emergency.
Faith Abube has more on that in tonight's Medical Minute.
Across the country, we're seeing record-setting snowstorms and icy cold weather. Many Americans are facing colder weather than usual, and some people are getting so cold they need to go to the hospital for hypothermia, a potentially life-threatening drop in body temperature that can be prevented by staying warm and bundling up. The CDC explains that older adults, babies, and people who are outside for a long time are at an increased risk and need to be especially careful. Experts at the University of Washington School of Medicine recommend warming up quickly at home by taking off any wet clothing, covering yourself in warm blankets, and by drinking warm fluids. The best thing you can do is to be prepared and dress warmly with lots of layers. And if you start getting cold, head inside as soon as possible. But if you find yourself shivering uncontrollably, becoming confused, or getting drowsy, you need to go to the emergency room right away. These could be the first signs of hypothermia. With this Medical Minute, I'm Faith Abube, ABC News.
Hi again, everyone. Tom Kenny with Jack Russell, the founder and CEO of Russell Capital Management here in Lexington. Jack's one of the, if not the longest tenured investment advisors in Kentucky, more than 53 years of experience and a track record of excellence. As we look ahead to taxes that we'll be filing in 2022, we want to talk about IRAs. There's a lot to talk about. It can be complicated. What do people need to know on the basics?
Well, they need to know that it's complicated first. It has become extremely complicated. What used to be a simple program is now a very complex program. You need to talk to your financial advisor before you do anything. And you may definitely want to contribute to a Roth IRA, which many people are familiar with now. They are tax-free, but they're also not deductible against your income. A traditional IRA is deductible unless you make over $189,000. Now you can contribute $6,000 if you're under age 50 or $7,000 per person if over age 50, if you like. One of the major changes has been in the RMDs for beneficiaries.
And you can still contribute to your IRA up until tax time for the year 2021, so keep that in mind. If people need more information, and there's a lot more to cover on this, how can they get in touch?
They can call our office at 859-254-5225, or there are lots of websites they can read, but I would suggest talking to your advisor or calling our firm.
Our thanks to Jack Russell.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
Attention. If you've been classified as a high-risk driver due to DUI, DWI, or tickets for aggressive driving and are required to get expensive and hard-to-find SR22 auto insurance, then you must listen to this message because Serenity can help. We're the largest insurance company in the U.S., specializing in SR22 auto insurance and focused on serving the needs of customers classified by the state as high-risk drivers. We help people get back on their feet by providing easy-to-get, low-cost SR22 insurance that anyone can afford. If you need SR22 auto insurance, or if you have it now and are paying too much, you need to call us today for your free quote.
At 800-410-4947.
Our specialists are standing by waiting for your call. We understand people make mistakes, and we're here to help by making SR22 insurance easy to get and affordable for everyone. The call and quote are free. Call us now at
800-410-4947. That's 800-410-4947. Again, 800-410-4947.
At Kroger, we believe fresh is all about standards. That's why we do up to a 27-point inspection on our produce. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more, keeping only the best of the best on our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You're invited to come be our guest this Sunday at Southland. For service times and campus locations, head over to our website at southland.church.
Your scratcher forecast from the Kentucky Lottery. I'm not sure if I want to scratch it off. All right, on the surface, not too bad, all right? I got to peel off a few layers, tell you what's going on here. 43, this is where we peak. 100% chance of precipitation. That's kind of what we're looking at tonight and the first part of the day tomorrow. Then it transitions in the afternoon, north to south. Freezing rain likely across the area, more so north, less to the south. Backside, this is really cold on Friday and the start of Saturday, okay? Taking a quick look. Tomorrow morning, you want to do some stuff? It won't be much different than on the way home today. 40s, a little bit of rain. By the noon hour, I think you're going to be okay. But we get towards the afternoon commute, I don't know. Avoid it. Avoid it.
We'll be following that timing very closely tomorrow, that's for sure.
Yes, and obviously if you do have to be out tomorrow, be weather aware and be safe.